Hello, I hope you guys are doing well again. This next blog is called Awesome Orphans. And before I got into it, I just wanted to let you guys know, in case you just noticed my face being thin, just so you didn't worry. I'm doing an extended fast right now, and I'm also a little more subdued than usual. So that's why, just so you guys know. So here we go. Okay, lately I've been spending more time at the ministry center, and we've not been having as many gospel meetings where we've been preaching to people. I've been spending a lot of times with the orphans at the center. There are 9 of them, and needless to say, they have stolen my heart. I decided that I'm going to be their father. Just kidding. First, I'm going to finish school, get married, and then I'll be their father. I want to tell you about a few of them. First, there's Babuel. He is 12 years old and he came to the center when he was 4. His father is actually still alive, and there's a reason why. They made an exception to take him into their orphanage. He lived with his father on the back of a bicycle rickshaw for about 4 years of his life, which is a bike with a wooden platform on the back. His father was barely able to make enough money recycling paper to feed both of them. And every week, for weeks on end, he would come every day, actually daily, to this orphanage and try to get them to take his son because he just wasn't sure if he'd be able to survive. And so they actually said, okay, literally after a couple months of every day, they said, under one condition, we'll begin to take care of your son. Only if you promise to come and visit him at least once a week. And so he promised, and he's faithfully come for 8 years, every week to see his son. The interesting thing was that Babuel's dad was he was a Muslim, and after seeing these Christians taking care of his son and coming by every week, he ended up becoming a Christian himself. Babuel is the only child that knows a tiny bit of English, and because his father, I think he said, taught him. And so I just kind of barely communicate with him, and he is the one that communicates with all the other kids if I ever need to say anything to them. And all of the other ones don't really know English at all. So it makes it interesting to spend all day with them and not be able to talk with them. It's really cool in a way, just how we find other ways to communicate. That was a side note, though. Let's see. Okay, there's two others that are brother and sister. Raju means king, and Sundia, I'm not sure what that means, but they're brother and sister. And Raju was the first boy that I met when I first came, and I actually held out my hand to him, and he slowly, kind of suspiciously, just guarded, reached out and grabbed just my finger, just my pointer finger, and he actually didn't let go of my hand for probably 2 hours, and he followed me everywhere. Sundia is one of the most adorable girls I've ever met. She rarely talks, she's really quiet, but when she does, I just want to put her voice in a jar and keep it forever. It's just the sweetest voice. Say it. D-A-V. D-A-V-I-D, David. She goes off alone a lot, and I always wonder what she is thinking about. They both have no known relatives, and their parents died of diseases. And it's just really hard to comprehend how something like that would affect their lives and how much pain they do and they will feel for the rest of their life. However, when Sundia laughs, it temporarily convinces me that she is living the perfect life. The kids are so joyful and obedient and content, all of them. They practically never complain. They will sit quietly for hours on end, which is a little different than many of the kids that I know in America. But I just want to end with a quote and 2 Bible verses. Shane Claiborne says a quote that really hits home for me. He just says, if we lose kids to a culture of drugs or violence and materialism, it's not because we don't entertain them, it's because we don't dare them. And then Proverbs 29:7, it just says, the righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. And Psalm 72, verses 12 through 14, it just says, for he will deliver the needy who cry out, the afflicted who have no one to help. He will take pity on the weak and needy and save the needy from death. He will rescue them from oppression and violence, for precious is the blood in his sight. Thank you.